Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate how far many of you have traveled to hear our introduction, and so glad that Ginny could give you that introduction, and you're going to learn a lot more about Z15, the hardware, the software, and the innovation that's built on top of it throughout the day. So we're really here to help you understand what we're bringing to market, and most importantly, how you can use it to really drive business value in everything you do. So before we get into the Z15, let's put a little context to it. So I've been in this industry for 40 years, and I've seen many changes. In particular, in the early 90s, the bipolar to CMOS mainframe transition that went on. I then was very involved in something called e-business, which was really about bringing commerce to the web. And most recently in what I call the journey to cloud, which the journey to cloud there isn't one destination. It's really a change in how you're going to address managing your workloads, getting your services, and really driving your digital reinvention and transformation. But to me, through all this time, the mainframe business is really about a partnership with our clients. You heard Ginny talk about that we consulted more than 300 clients very deeply through design thinking in the design of Z15. But that partnership with you is extraordinarily important to me and to my team. And again, I hope you'll take advantage of my team that's here today. We've got a lot of subject matter experts from around the world that are here to discuss things with you and answer your questions. So the most important thing for me, again, with a partnership, is that we need to lead. And part of leading is, do you have momentum? So the last decade has really seen some great change. Digital transformation, smartphones, tablets, new systems of engagement, cloud, and AI, really AI changing the game. Now, over those same last 10 years, we've seen 350% in the growth of the worldwide installed capacity of Z, and that's been a tribute to growing workloads and because of transformation, including smartphones connected back into transaction systems. Now, most of this is driven through the Fortune 100 companies really setting the direction, and 44 of the top world's banks leveraging this technology. And again, many of the banks and those of you from across government and other industries that are here today hopefully do see that value, and we're going to show you a lot more value in what's to come. So as you set up your next step for your business, we're happy to talk about how we can bring value. Now, one of those things is the journey to cloud. Again, not a destination, but we think a change in how you're going to build applications, manage your data. Chapter 1 was really about, as Ginny said, consumer-facing applications. And literally only about 20% of the workloads in enterprises have moved into the cloud paradigm, whether they're all the way in the public cloud or some on a private cloud, but only about 20%. So the heavy lifting is in front of us. And chapter 2 is being driven by enterprises like you. So it's really about mission-critical apps and how are you going to reshape them, how are you going to manage them differently, how are you going to integrate platform as a service, software as a service providers that I know many of you have to consider or are already leveraging today, but how do you really integrate and simplify things and not make it more complex? Well, this multi-cloud environment could bring you a lot of complexity. Most enterprises today are already leveraging 20 to 40 different types of cloud services, 20 to 40. So again, let's not make this more complex, let's simplify it for you. So that's what the shift to hybrid multi-cloud is all about. Now, there is a shift to hybrid multi-cloud, and we've anticipated this shift, and we've been working towards this new chapter, and we've invested in open, we've invested in standards, and you heard Ginny, we've invested in Red Hat, and we're very happy with that partnership now with Red Hat. And you're going to learn more about not just Red Hat RHEL, but OpenShift and Ansible and other things we're doing with Red Hat later in the program today. But we feel we've engineered the absolutely best platform for your enterprise business today, and that's what we're going to be talking to you about. So, Ginny gave you a taste of the new Z15. It's been co-created with clients from around the world. There's more than 4 years. The system, the software, and the hardware has been under development. That's what it looks like. It looks a little different than systems in the past. More than 3,000 patents either applied for or granted just on Z15 and the software in it alone. So an extreme amount of innovation has gone in there, again, focused on your needs, reducing cost, driving simplicity, improving performance, removing bottlenecks, the ability to connect. And with the new Z15, there's also its sister system, the Linux One system, which is a mainframe dedicated to Linux, whereas the Z15 can run all 5 operating systems that the Z mainframes have always run. So as we rolled out and worked on the Z15, we also worked on a new storage device. So there's also a new DS8900 storage device that's paired up with this system. And there's some very unique technologies in there around cybersecurity, data availability, and resiliency that we also encourage you to look at. And there's subject matter experts here today for you to learn more about that new storage device and how it can benefit your business. So, what do I think is so special about Z15? I think it's really about what it can do for you, and more importantly, for your customers. I mean, can you imagine never having to say no to what services are available because they're always on? Can you imagine delivering new services quickly, on demand, and with great agility? And can you imagine ensuring that the privacy and security of your most precious data, your clients' data that you might hold for them, can be guaranteed away from the cybersecurity threat that is out there today and really is going after all of our precious data?